توبوريا and Islam, توبوريا has no chance. Whatever. You think توبوريا can beat Islam?
Yeah.
Bro, you
No,
know nothing
at 170
about MMA,
no.
bro.
At 170 no. At 155
bro, why
yes.
You like working in an interview guy. You know about MMA.
I do. There's no way إيليا توبوريا can't.
أرمان تساروكيان انفجر غضباً على الMMA جورو خلال بث مباشر بعدما اختار الأخير إيليا توبوريا للفوز على إسلام ماخاتشيف. أرمان كان غير راض تماماً عن هذا التوقع، بل وذهب إلى حد التشكيك في معرفة الMMA جورو برياضة الفنون القتالية المختلطة.
توبوريا and Islam, توبوريا has no chance. Whatever. You think توبوريا can beat Islam?
Yeah.
Bro, you
No,
know
at
nothing
170
about MMA,
no.
bro.
At 170 no. At 155
why
yes.
You like working in an interview guy. You know about MMA.
I do. There's no way إيليا توبوريا can't. Of course.
Okay, 165.
No. It's 170 as well.
Bro, Islam fighting 170. He's not 155 fighter.
Yeah, that's
anymore.
why I said at 170 I don't think so, but it's close. But at 155 I think Ílيا can beat Makachev, yeah. He's very good. No.
He has just boxing. That's it.
He has grappling too.
Where?
He submitted Bryce Mitchell.
Bro, Bryce Mitchell, zero wrestling.
He ended up on top of Oliveira, he got him in a crucifix. That's good, right?
Bro, I need the fight to show you.
Okay.
I want to see that fight too, man. We need that.
أرمان تساروكيان خاض أيضا نزال مصارعة مع الMMA جورو بعدما تحداه أن يسقطه أرضا مقابل $15,000، لكن جورو لم يقترب حتى من تحقيق ذلك وفشل في التحدي تماما. لذلك لم يتردد المتحدي في وزن الخفيف في الحديث عن هذه المواجهة. تعامل معها باستخفاف مازحا بأنها كانت أسهل أجر حصل عليه في مسيرته، وبحسب رواية أرمان انتهى كل شيء تقريبا فور بدايته.
Easy money.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Easiest thing you've ever done?
No, yesterday I made 40K for 1 minute, but just slam a couple fat guys.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah, making money every day.
في المقابل التوتر يتصاعد مع اقتراب احتمال المواجهة بين بادي بيمبلت وجاستن جيثجي، وبادي لا يمسك لسانه، يتحدث بثقة كبيرة، مؤمن بقدراته ومستعد لإثبات نفسه داخل القفص. أرمان تساروكيان يكشف أنه يشجع جاستن جيثجي في هذه المواجهة، فهو يرى أن فوز جيثجي سيقوده مباشرة إلى نزال معه، بينما فوز بادي بيمبلت سيعني مزيدا من التأجيل والمراوغة. ومن وجهة نظر أرمان، جاستن هو نوعية المقاتلين الذين لا يهربون من أصعب التحديات.
Justin Gaethje is fighting Paddy Pimblett coming up. Who do you favor?
I want Justin to beat Paddy. Yeah. Because that Justin he's gonna fight with me, but if Paddy wins, he's gonna try to avoid me and trying not to fight me because he's not man like Justin.
أرمان تساروكيان يدعي أن بادي بيمبلت لا يريد هذه المواجهة أصلاً، ويقترح أن بادي يفضل بقاءه خارج الصورة بدل مواجهته وجهاً لوجه، لأنه يعلم أن النزال يصب في صالح أرمان بشكل كبير، وبحسب رأيه هذا نزال يعرف بادي جيداً أنه لا يستطيع الفوز به.
Yeah, he wants me to get hurt because I'm not gonna fight him. I'm a nightmare for him, and he knows that if we're gonna fight, he's gonna lose, and he's gonna try not to fight me on his whole life. And I hope Justin Gaethje gonna knock him out and send him back to England, and he can eat his I don't know what he's eating there, chicken or whatever.
مع ذلك بادي بيمبلت مليء بالثقة قبل أي مواجهة محتملة مع جاستن جيثجي. هو يدرك قوة ضربات جيثجي، لكنه يعتقد أنه سيجد الثغرات وينهي القتال بدل تركه يذهب إلى قرار الحكام.
So how do you think you're going to get this one done?
I think I finish him wherever the fight goes, to be honest. Obviously, I know we can bang, but every fight we get a breakdown made of our opponent, and it actually shocks me how much he gets hit. And I know he takes one to give one, but you can't really just do that at this level. That's why he's lost to people like Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Charles, because you can't just take one to give one. and I'm not gonna just be standing there to let him hit me back. You know what I mean? So be using me range, keeping him on the outside, and I've got a feeling I'm gonna knock him out, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I've just got a sneaky suspicion I'm gonna knock him out. You know, I've been doing a lot of rounds with Luke Riley for this camp, and Luke's got much better technical striking than Justin Gaethje, and I'm having a lot of success sparring with Luke. And obviously, one of my coaches, Ellis, who used to fight himself, he's the exact same build as Justin. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach, and I've been doing rounds with him. He's literally, because he doesn't fight anymore, lad, and he's just a coach, he's just done Justin's style for me. He hasn't got his own style. He's been doing Justin for me, and just the bits what we're working, I can see me knocking him out or dropping him and then submitting him. People are going on about his takedown defense, but if I want to take him down, I will take him down, lad. Simple as.
بادي بيمبليت صرح أيضا بأن زميله في الفريق لوك رايلي أفضل في الضرب من جاستن غيثجي، وأشار إلى سرعة وقوة ومهارة رايلي، موضحا أنه يتدرب على المواي تاي منذ أن كان في 8 من عمره.
Like me, so that I've got Ellis playing Justin Gaethje for me, and then I've got Luke, who's a better, faster, more powerful technical striker than him. I think it all goes into my favour.
You got Luke Riley above Justin. You're rating him above Justin Gaethje in the striking department already in his career, you reckon?
Yeah. Luke Riley's been fighting Thai in Thailand since he was 8 years old, lad. Yeah. You know what I mean? When Justin Gaethje was wrestling, lad, Luke was fighting Thai and then doing amateur boxing, and Luke's striking is a class above.
لكن المدرب تريفور ويتمان حذر من أن جاستن غيثجي يستعد لإظهار جانب جديد من لعبته أمام بادي بيمبليت خاصة على الأرض، وأوضح أن الفريق لا يتعامل مع النزال على أنه مواجهة ضرب فقط، مشددا على حجم التطور في مصارعة وجرابلينج غيثجي.
The amount of time that he's put into his grappling, because his wrestling is so high level, but it's more of the offensive and positional type of fighting. You know, for so long, I remember when we got stopped by Oliveira and I had to have a conversation with everybody on the team, like, hey, Justin is a high-level guy, one of the best scramblers out there. We have some of the best slams out there, the Rampage Jackson type of slams. We're offensive. Justin's style is offensive. And to be a champion, you push people back. You have to put people on their heels. I look at this as when we had the Oliveira fight, we were defensive. We were like, don't get in this position. How do you get out of this position? You can't win fights like that. And you have to win offensively. And Justin's one of those guys that when you grapple with him, his ground and pound is so unique. So unique. He hits people with punches at different angles on the ground that are so effective. And it's top game. Like, how do you know your top game? And how do you know that? Like, Paddy, I think, is very good when it comes to you know, dragging people to the floor. I don't think Paddy's a great wrestler. You know, I don't think he's going to go out there and take Justin down. Obviously, he can slip on the mats. He can time something really good where the hips are up. But I don't see Paddy taking him down.
إضافة إلى ذلك، يعتقد أرمان تساروكيان أن UFC تحمي بادي بيمبليت بعناية وتسرع صعوده، ومن وجهة نظره تعلم المنظمة أن بعض المواجهات قد تعرقل هذا الزخم، لذا يتم تقليل المخاطر، ويؤكد أن بادي يتم وضعه في مسار آمن، لكن سقفه واضح، وأن التهديدات الحقيقية في قمة القسم ستكشف الفجوة فوراً.
Everybody knows they trying to keep Paddy Pimblett. They want to make him a champion because it's his chance to be a champion. They know that if they're gonna put me against him, he's gonna lose, and the star is gonna be gone. And Gaethje is easy money for him. You know, he has maybe 1 or 2 fights left, so that's why they gave him even interim title, because he's not gonna be even real champion, because there is إيليا and never he can beat إيليا.
أرمان تساروكيان يقول إن UFC أوضحت له سبب عدم وضعه على بطاقة باراماونت الأولى، ووفقا له ترى المنظمة أنه مخاطرة كبيرة في الوقت الحالي بسبب الجدل الأخير حوله، ومع ذلك فهو غير متأثر ويؤمن بأن طريقه ما زال يتجه مباشرة نحو اللقب، وأن المسألة مسألة وقت فقط.
But do you feel like you're not getting the opportunity that you truly deserve?
Of course, I already supposed to fight in June versus Ílliya and fought Oliveira, and then I was a backup. I made my weight. I was a backup. I was ready, and then I supposed to fight for the title, and then they said no. You gotta do one more fight. I said okay, no problem. Give me anybody. They gave me Hooker. I went there, just maul him and beat him so easy. choke him out, and then I was supposed to fight for the title.
Yeah.
And then they said, you're too dangerous to push you on the first card on the Paramount because headbutt, pull out, beat fan. That's why they said you gotta wait. And I said, okay, what I can do?
Yeah.
I'll just wait, and I know my belt is not gonna it's gonna be mine.
مايكل بيسبينغ يعتقد أن اليو اف سي لديها خطة بديلة جاهزة لبادي بيمبليت، فإذا لم تسر الأمور لصالحه أمام جاستن غيثجي يتوقع بيسبينغ أن يتم ترتيب نزال سريع مع دان هوكر، وبرأيه نتيجة نزال هوكر لن تعيق ذلك، فالمواجهة تبدو حتمية إذا خسر بادي.
If Paddy beats Justin, none of this matters because they ain't gonna fight. But if he loses, I think we might see this fight happen pretty quickly because remember, 1 week after UFC 324, I'll be there. The week after, I'll be there as well in Sydney, Australia. UFC 325 is happening. Dan Hooker's going up against Benoit Saint-Denis. And if Dan Hooker wins, if Dan Hooker loses, it doesn't matter. If Paddy Pimblett loses, that's going to be the next fight. Simple as that. And right now, Paddy Pimblett is not making any friends in the lightweight division. And you know what? It doesn't matter because guess what? None of these are his mates. Whether he's a good mate or he's a bad mate, none of that matters. You're here for yourself. It's me, myself, and Irene. For you, your family, your loved ones. You're trying to build a better life. None of these people that you're going to step foot in an octagon with are your friends. None of them give a shit about you.
مايكل بيسبينغ يتوقع أن إيليا توبوريا سيحتفظ بلقبه حتى عام 2026 مع عدم وجود من يستطيع انتزاعه منه حاليا، ويحذر من أن أرمان تساروكيان حصان أسود خطير، لكنه لا يتوقع مواجهتهما في وقت قريب، ما يجعل فترة حكم توبوريا شبه بلا منازع.
155 pounds. I don't see anyone beating Ilya Topuria. I just don't. Not Paddy, not Justin. Yeah, all right, there's Arman Tsaroukian out there, and he's the dark horse. Obviously, Paddy and Justin are fighting for the interim title. That's an interesting fight because Justin, better boxer, better wrestling, never uses the wrestling. Even if he did use the wrestling, you wouldn't really want to take Paddy Pimblett down. Paddy's a lot younger, a lot less miles on the clock, a lot less wear and tear. I'm kind of early leaning towards Paddy Pimblett in that fight, but who's the undisputed champ at the end of 2026? So yeah, 2026, Topuria will still be the champ. Yeah, there's Arman Tsaroukian out there, but I don't think that fight will materialize just yet.
كما قدم مايكل بيسبينغ دفاعاً متزناً عن تعليقات بادي بيمبليت الأخيرة حول والدة دان هوكر، ففي مقابلة حديثة حاول بادي استخدام التراش توك ضد جرابلينج هوكر.
And lad, people are saying like Justin Gage, he's older than that lad. He's 2 years older than Dan Hooker.
That's true.
Dan Hooker couldn't grapple off his ma. You know what I mean?
Okay, strong statements about Dan Hooker there.
في هذه الأثناء أرمان تساروكيان لا ينتظر الفرص، بل يختبر نفسه في منظمات أخرى إلى أن يحصل على فرصة لقب اليو اف سي. مؤخراً خطف الأنظار في بطولة RAF بعدما سيطر تماماً على مصارع وصل لنهائي ال NCAA، مؤكداً أنه ليس مجرد جرابلر ماهر بل مصارع قوي أيضاً. أرمان تساروكيان كشف أن مواجهة جرابلينج مفاجئة كانت مطروحة بالفعل، وأكد وجود محادثات لمواجهة الممثل توم هاردي، لكن تعارض المواعيد بسبب التصوير حال دون ذلك، ومع ذلك شدد على أن الفكرة ما زالت مطروحة وقد تعود لاحقاً.
Tom Hardy a couple weeks ago, he mentioned that he was offered a grappling match against you December 30th. Did you get that offer?
Yeah, I got that offer, but he couldn't come because of he was filming something. I don't know. Yeah. So, but maybe in the future, why not?
من جانبه دافع مايكل بيسبينغ عن بادي، مشيراً إلى السياق الثقافي أكثر من سوء النية، وأوضح أن خلفية بادي تلعب دوراً في أسلوبه الفكاهي الذي قد يبدو أحياناً أكثر حدة مما هو مقصود.
Some YouTube comments, people are really going after Paddy for this. And obviously Dan Hooker came out with a wild response as well. We'll get to that in a second. But just on Paddy here, you got to remember, he's a lad from Liverpool, where they do have a great sense of humor, but also, you know, it can be a little cutting, it can be a little bit dark, and he was speaking to another English guy. Now, as I say, I'm not defending the fact that he brought up Dan Hooker's mom, right? He should not have done that. But in the context, right, it wasn't that bad. He never said anything too bad. He was basically just talking about the grappling of Dan Hooker. Now, should he have mentioned his mother? No, absolutely not. He shouldn't have done that. And Dan Hooker has got absolutely every single right to be as what he is, okay?
أرمان تساروكيان يهاجم جرابلينج بادي بيمبليت مشككاً في مدى خطورته الحقيقية على الأرض، ويدعي أن بادي يتجنب الاختبارات النخبوية، بل إن بعض الحصص التدريبية الأخيرة من وجهة نظره أثبتت هذه الشكوك.
I just want to say he has no grappling. He trains with guys. He never compete even the high level. He never compete in jiu-jitsu or grappling. I saw him. He had a fight, grappling fight, and he tapped or he lost. So he's a trash can in the grappling and the wrestling.
بادي بيمبليت رد على أرمان تساروكيان مستهدفاً مهاراته في الجرابلينج ومشككاً في مدى هيمنته الفعلية على الأرض، وقلل من قيمة مشاركات أرمان الجانبية مقارناً إياها بتركيزه الكامل على النزالات، مما زاد من حدة العداء بينهما.
He's been grappling a lot. I know you don't want to talk about him, but how do you feel about his his grappling tournaments that he's
Lad, I heard he nearly got strangled by what's his name?
Shara Magomedov.
Yeah, he nearly got strangled by him, and he can't grapple to save his life either.
It's a tough
He's a
one.
striker, and he nearly got strangled by him. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you ever got any interest of taking those sort of exhibition type things? You know, RAF have got this kind of like grappling thing. Is there ever been like a reach out for like a let's do a grappling match for Pimlet, or is that?
I don't know. Before I was in the UFC years ago, when I was coming back from an injury, I'd done Polaris one time against Stevie Ray. He caught me in a leg lock. That's like the only one I've done in the past 10 years or something like that. I used to do grappling competitions all the time when I was younger and stuff like that, but obviously I'm focused on fighting now. I don't, like, he can go off and do all these other things if he wants, lad, but hopefully he fucking breaks his neck doing them.
Okay.
بول فيلدر يرى أن بادي بيمبليت يمتلك فرصة جيدة للفوز على جاستن غيثجي، ويعتقد أن بادي يجب أن يلتزم بما يتقنه باستخدام الركلات والركب للسيطرة على المسافة.
I think Paddy obviously needs to do what he does really well, which is fights out long, right? He uses those kicks up the middle. He's got a good knee that we saw him land against Chandler, and then almost kind of land your points and force Gaethje to try to close the distance, and that's when I would try to wrestle. He looks huge to me in a good way nowadays, Paddy. I'm always impressed. It seems like he's getting fitter and fitter, further and further out from these fights as well. We only see Fat Paddy for a little bit. Gaethje, I think keeping it on the feet, boxing in close, and just trying to murder the legs like he always does is something that he needs to do. I don't know if testing Paddy's jiu-jitsu is the move for Gaethje. So it'll be interesting, man. But I think Paddy's got a goddamn good chance.
دانيال كورمييه أثنى على بادي بيمبليت وجاستن غيثجي، لكنه يرى أن النزال الأهم هو أرمان تساروكيان ضد إيليا توبوريا. ومع انتقال إسلام ماخاتشيف، يرى كورمييه أن أرمان من نخبة الوزن الخفيف، ويعتقد أن أرمان وتوبوريا هما الأكثر تكاملاً في القسم.
We see that Arman Tsaroukian is so active in grappling, you know.
Listen, man, this guy might just be the best lightweight in the world. Since Islam's gone, he's really good, man. He's big, he's strong, he's physical. The champion, Ilia Topuria, is tremendous. I think Ilia and Arman are the two best guys in the world. I think they need a fight at some point because I think Paddy Pimblett is awesome. Justin Gaethje is awesome. Arman and Ilia seem to have something. And not only something in terms of skill, but between the two that we could build a great fight around, right? So yeah, I think Arman's fantastic though, man. He's good. He looked great against Dan Hooker too.
كورمييه يعتقد أن أرمان تساروكيان يعرف تفاصيل خلف الكواليس لا يعرفها الجمهور، ولهذا يلتزم الصمت بشأن اللقب، ويشير إلى أن أحداث لوس أنجلوس ما زالت تؤثر على خطط UFC، وأن أرمان نفذ كل ما طلب منه من الوزن كبديل إلى قبول نزال دان هوكر، وبرأيه لو كان أرمان يشعر بالتجاهل لكان صوته أعلى بكثير الآن.
UFC is not giving Arman a title fight.
I don't know why Arman's not fighting for a title. I really don't. I've heard the reason because of what happened in Los Angeles. I thought that by weighing in as the backup fighter when Ilia fought Charles, and then by going and fighting Charles Oliveira or Dan Hooker, it would be okay. I don't know. I don't know what the conversations that they're having behind closed doors are, because they're telling him something that's making him okay with it, right? Because if he wasn't okay with it, he would be more loud about him not getting his opportunity. Yeah. So I kind of defer to, they know more than we do. And so we got to kind of accept it for what it is, because it seems like Arman is doing that too.
لكن دانا وايت أوضح أن تصرفات أرمان تساروكيان في الميزان وتحديداً حادثة نطح دان هوكر كان لها تبعات حقيقية على مسيرته.
I obviously am not one of these fans, but some fans thought Arman should have been the one to get a 155 title pound shot.
We knew that would happen too.
Of course. Did the headbutt play any factor in the decision to not go with him? It did, right?
A lot of things have factored in, you know. Yeah. Yes.
مدرب اليو اف سي تيم ويلش قدم رأيه حول نزال بادي بيمبليت وجاستن جيثجي، وقال إن جاستن مقاتل قوي جدا، لكن بادي قد ينجح في إسقاطه أرضا في الجولات المتأخرة.
Damn, what could be next for Paddy? Ilya says he thinks Paddy kills Justin Gaethje. I don't think kill him, dude. Justin Gaethje is so solid. But again, 5-round fight, 2, 3, 4 rounds into the match, and Paddy does score a takedown. Now he's got maybe Justin Gaethje on his back in half guard.
That's very plausible. Justin forgets he wrestling.
He definitely trains it, but you could see why Ilya thinks that a little bit. Plus, Justin Gaethje's 36, Paddy Pimblett's 30 years old. But again, you can't count Justin Gaethje out. He could knock Paddy the
I would lean towards Justin in that fight.
شون أومالي يميل بشكل طفيف إلى بادي بيمبليت، لكنه حذر من سهولة تلقي بادي للضربات اليسارية، وقال إن بادي بدا رائعا أمام مايكل تشاندلر ولديه عدة طرق للفوز.
I don't know, dude. I'm kind of leaning towards Paddy. But the way he does get hit with left hooks, he looks so good against Michael Chandler. Paddy's got a lot of ways to win.
He's a scouser.
He's a scouser. Scousers don't get knocked out, you mushroom.
He KO'd Dustin with a head kick too. The fight before the Max Holloway one, which is pretty impressive.
True. So who got, man?
Probably Paddy, rear naked.
I think. Paddy RNC.
Because remember, could be.
Yeah.
مايكل تشاندلر يرى أن جاستن جيثجي هو المرشح الأوفر حظاً أمام بادي بيمبليت، وأشاد بمهارات بادي، لكنه يعتبر جيثجي المقاتل الأكثر تكاملاً.
Gaethje, Paddy, what do you think it looks like?
Oh man, more skilled, more experienced. I think better fighter all around, Justin Gaethje. But I also have been on record and said that Paddy Pimblett is better than a lot of people think he is. You know, because of his, his haircut and the way he talks and the, some of the, the strength of schedule. People don't give him a lot of credit. But when I fought him in April in Miami, I'm not going to say that I was surprised, because I was expecting the best version of Paddy. But he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. He's got long reach, good kicks, pretty darn patient and composed in there. But Gaethje's a whole different animal. So if I had to bet, which I can't, but if I had to lean one direction, I'd go Justin Gaethje, interim champion, and then he beats Ilya Topuria later on this year.
All right, okay.
تريفور ويتمان يعتقد أن UFC 324 تمثل لحظة حاسمة لجاستن جيثجي، وربما آخر اندفاعة له نحو لقب UFC، ويقول إن الهدف ليس المال أو عدد النزالات، بل تقديم كل ما لديه للمرة الأخيرة.
I'm not afraid to speak it out loud. Like, this is our last run. Like, Justin's not. If we don't win this fight, we're not going on. Like, we're not going to go out there and be a gatekeeper and look at money fights and shit like that. It's he's a goal setter. And his mentality, just like he finished up, I don't know if you watched that video, might as well go watch it if you haven't. We're in his house and the family's having a dinner, and I have that true talk, and I'm talking to his family, I'm not talking to him. And it's the way he ends it, he's like, it's not over, coach. So that's the key to Justin. Justin is very unique. He would fight over and over and over, but he knows he's got to be there for the family. He's got to be smart and take care of his health. And but we win this belt. My shoot to the moon type of goal would be, let's go out there and repeat defenses. Obviously, this is an interim title fight, so we're not the champ yet, so we'd have to go win that belt next.
مايكل بيسبينغ يعترف أيضا بأن هذا النزال قد يكون من آخر فرص جاستن جيثجي لتحقيق فوز كبير بعد نزالات اللقب أمام أوليفيرا وماخاتشيف، ورغم أن بادي بيمبليت قد يبدو أقل خطورة على الورق.
And for Justin Gaethje, this is the final goal. This is the final crack of the whip. The man's had 2 title fights in the past, Charles Oliveira to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and now he gets to go up against Paddy Pimblett. Now, talking about the matchup, of course, it is an easier fight for Justin than what it is against Khabib Nurmagomedov, one of the greatest of all time. Islam Makhachev, the current pound for pound, and according to many people, a man that is surpassing Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? So in that regard, it is an easier matchup. Will Paddy be able to take him down? Will he dance around the octagon? Yes, he will. Will he try and replicate the game plan of Max Holloway? Of course he will. Who wouldn't try and do that? You aren't going to stand and go toe-to-toe with Justin Gaethje because the man does have knockout power. But underestimate Paddy at your peril. That's all I'll say about that one, but that is a phenomenal fight.
هذا كل ما لدينا في فيديو اليوم. نأمل أن تكونوا قد استمتعتم. شاركونا آراءكم في قسم التعليقات، ولا تنسوا الإعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة للمزيد من محتوى ال MMA المميز.